You set a table in sight of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall abide in the house of the Lord forever. In the book of Proverbs, there is a well-known description of a good wife. And these words totally apply to Tony. A good wife will be found. Her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and nothing shall be lacked. She renders him good and not evil all the days of her life. She opens her hand to the needy and extends her hand to the poor. She is robed in strength and dignity, and cheerfully faces whatever may come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, her tongue is guided by kindness. She tends to the affairs of her household, and keeps not the work of idleness. Her children come forth, unless her husband truly praises her. Many women have been superbly, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceitful, beauty is vain, but a God-fearing woman is much to be praised. Place before her the fruit of her hands. Wherever people gather, her deeds speak her praise. There are few tasks more difficult for a rabbi than to draw together thoughts and memories for eulogy, remembering, solely giving thanks even now for a life that is ended. And the task becomes even harder when we are forced to face these questions for a person who is full of life and optimism, who did so many things in her life, who is a friend to so many of us out here. It's like Rosh Hashanah. Who has left us all in mourning, struggling to accept that a life that was so full of meaning and family life has ended, leaving behind your real family members and friends. But we are here this afternoon, reluctantly today, to say a final farewell, final shalom, to a very special friend, mother, grandmother. Earlier, a minute or two ago, I read the well-known verses from Proverbs about a woman of valor. A husband traditionally chants them every Shabbat evening, Friday evening, to a wife, but chanting can easily become rote. And we often do not give sufficient time to realizing what these words of praise are meant to convey. Since Nora will be sharing some words of love and farewell, memories of a life that I only touched at the end, I will share a comment on only one of those verses. The final one, give her honor for the fruit of her hands, wherever people gather, her deeds speak her praise. We have gathered here, albeit with great sadness, and we will indeed hear of Tony's many good deeds. And in our being here, we are carrying out the mitzvah of chesed shalom, freely given loving kindness, giving her life and her soul the honor they richly deserve. A long time ago, I learned an important teaching that although all deaths are sad, not all are tragic. But for us here today, it is indeed tragic that she died so relatively young. The passing was unexpected and all the harder to accept. So yes, indeed, this is a tragic thing. For her 70 years, Tony lived a full life, was blessed until sadly the last few years when Bernie was in decline with a good and sustaining marriage. Blessed with 3 wonderful, successful, happy daughters, sons. Blessed with 6 loving grandchildren. Blessings overflowed into a life rich with friendships and experiences. My wife Iris and I were privileged to have known Tony in our few years of connection with the Manchester community. I remember her at some temple functions. I recently visited her in the hospital. Iris says that her most special memory is talking with her one day when Tony told her, if you had been here longer in the community, I know we would have become the best of friends. And I'm sure for many of you, she was the best of friends. Iris cherishes that. Tony had a career in the Amherst school system, but she also had a second career as a cheerleader and support for Bernie in the real estate business he developed. Lori will be sharing memories of Tony's active participation in Temple Israel and the larger community. Yes, it is so difficult to say a last farewell. Although we know in our heads, if not in our hearts, that our lives are finite, to have this oh so painful reminder of that fact penetrates down the core of our souls. But in our sorrow, we still hopefully have the strength to thank the source of our lives for the blessing of knowing, sharing, loving this wonderful woman. Our condolences go out to Bernie, to Amy, Gloria, Deborah, their spouses James, Danny, and Adam, and to 6 grandchildren who will no longer have their beloved mom, Seth and Bella and Ray and Jaden and Sydney. As I mentioned at the beginning, Carla will be at the Temple Israel Cemetery at South Beach Street. From there, the family will return to Noah's home for Shiva, the meal of consolation. There'll be an evening minute at 7:30 this evening. For Shiva going until tomorrow, until the coming of Shabbat. May Tony's soul be bound up in the bond of eternal life, and may her memory always be her blessing. And let us all say, now I call upon Lori to share some personal memories.
As many of you already know by her thick New York accent and red nails, our mom, Toni Beth Gassler, formerly Smullen, was born and raised in Oceanside, Long Island. Her parents, Nathan and Florence, brother Barry, and her dog Snowball, lived a life of summers at the beach club and Chinese food every Sunday. She described her childhood as loving and well taken care of as the baby of the family. After graduating from University of Hartford, our mom met our dad on a blind date. If you can imagine my parents' blind date, mom, the life of the party from Long Island, and dad, the engineer from Brooklyn, they were total opposites. But in the end, they needed each other's personalities to get the most out of their life together. They got married, and dad's company moved the business to New Hampshire, where dad threatened to quit. However, after an all-expense paid vacation to New Hampshire, they fell in love with the foliage, accepted the job transfer, built their custom home on 5 acres of land, where they started a family. After retirement, their marriage flourished on their catamaran in Maine. Dad was the captain and mom was his first mate. They created the best memories of their life together on that very boat. Our father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2017. At this very moment, Her dad is doing well. He's so very sweet and loving. His Brooklyn exterior has softened, if you can believe it, and he is content. He loved nothing more than being and snuggling with my mom. They were extremely close, and their love grew even more after his diagnosis. We Gasser girls will do everything in our power to support him and give him the life he deserves. Unfortunately, under these circumstances, we felt that he was not strong enough to be here today. The three of us were the light of Mom's life. She truly was an amazing mom. She would teach by day and schlep by night. Mom enrolled us in every activity possible and ran around God's creation for us. She introduced us three to a life of Jewish culture, sports, art, music, dance, Jewish camps, bike trips, Israel trips, and most of all, a life of independence. She pushed us to better ourselves. She literally would have given the shirt off her back at any given moment. We were the biggest accomplishments in her life. She was so very proud of us and came to acknowledge us, which means pride. Amy, her firstborn, was her pride and joy, which was evident in every, and I mean every, home video and photo. Mom was enamored by her. Not only was she a delicious little baby, she gave Mom life after the passing of her own mother and father. My mom also nurtured Amy's eye for art and design, and even hosted her bat mitzvah at this very temple, where she proudly displayed Amy's stunning art gallery at the bat mitzvah. She was so very proud of the mother that Amy has become. One of Amy's most humorous moments with Mom was when Amy lived in Ohio and a cop knocked on her door and said, "Do you know Tony Gasser?" Amy cried and asked what happened to Mom, but Tony just wanted to know why Amy wasn't answering the phone.
Then came Nori, middle child, tag nickname Little Tony, because she was constantly told she was Mom's twin and wore it on the chest like a ribbon of pride. Mom nurtured her personality so naturally, Nori became the life of the party, just like her. When Nori took over the business, Mom relished in the minutiae of the business and threatened to come after anyone who caused Nori grief. One of the most humorous moments with Nori is when Mom came home to a situation with her dog, Shanika. Nori had asked Mom to punish her later and help her in the moment. Nori explained that Shanika had eaten not one, but 2 pop brownies. And Mom responded, "Oh, stop! The dog is having the time of her life." Then along came Deborah Dudo, and all bets were off. She was the baby. She was our dolly. Mom was Deborah's biggest cheerleader when it came to sports. She was the mom on the sidelines yelling at the ref. Mom was so proud of Deb's spiciness and grit, and the fact that Deborah could hold her own in life, business, and motherhood. A humorous moment with Deborah was when she was partying in college, and Mom left her voicemail during Yom Kippur. "Deborah, where are you? It's Yom Kippur. You should be in temple right now. Deborah, call me. I'm nervous, call me."
Mom continuously boasted about her amazing son-in-laws, James, Danny, and Adam, and loved them as her own. She rested easy knowing her girls were loved, well taken care of, and that we married through benches. She couldn't have asked for anything more, and we really wouldn't be here without them. They have been our rocks through all of this. Mom was a nana like no other. Every moment with her 6 grandkids was a teaching moment. Seth, Bella, Andrea, Shaden, Sydney, and Cameron gave Mom all the joy in the world. As babies, Nana loved to sing. Sunrise, sunset. From Fiddler on the Roof, she relished in their hugs and kisses and in their love. Even though my father was the child of the Holocaust, my mom was the one who cultivated our strong Jewish identities and Jewish culture. We grew up learning all the Yiddish words, especially Yichud Dir, which means I love you. Mom continuously taught us about the Holocaust and how important it was to keep our Judaism alive. She defended her Jewish identity and of course was a proud member of this temple for 40 plus years. This community has wrapped their arms around our family, and for that we will always be grateful. Thank you to Temple Israel for allowing my mom to befriend other New Yorkers and raise her family in this place we call home. My mom loved to laugh. She was a sassy New Yorker, she loved color, she was outrageous, and everyone loved her for it. And of course, she was a therapist to all. Whether you wanted her advice or not, you were going to hear it. On many days, we would catch her singing, whether our words triggered her to sing a song or she would break out in songs from Whitney Houston and musicals such as West Side Story, Fiddler on the Roof, and many more. Her 30 plus years as a teacher at Amherst Middle School fulfilled her life with her most amazing friendships, which she cherished. TGIF Fridays with her teacher friends was her everything. But the days my mom really lived the life she was set out to live, were the days she traveled. She toured and relished in her travels to Ireland, Spain, Portugal, and many more. Our mom's love for travel was insurmountable. Her recent trips with our Jew crew clique to New York City, Puerto Rico, and multiple nights out in Boston were the best ways to spend the last year of her life. These memories will last us all a lifetime. Since 2017, our mom struggled with our father's diagnosis. She was challenged with phone, technology, and hearing. If you got to FaceTime with mom, you would have gotten the luxury of FaceTiming with her forehead. We really want you all to know how much she loves her friends and family, both past and present. Her in-home aides quickly became our mom's best friends. Once they were hired, all of a sudden the apartment was filled with laughter, love, and support. As mom would say, it felt like Grand Central Station in the apartment, and she loved every minute. These women extended my mom's life. This wasn't just a job to them. Mom needed them, and they needed mom. They will truly never know how much they positively impacted my mom's life, and we thank them from the bottom of our hearts. Our mom was superstitious. She would never let us say the word goodbye. She always forced us to say, "I love you so long," so we can ensure there would be a next time. So today, Mom, we'll continue to say we love you so long. In the meantime, laugh with your father, and kiss with your mother, and hug your brother. Tell them how much you miss them, and we pray you're here with us now, telling us to go one foot in front of the other, telling us to get the most out of life, forcing us to travel and make memories together. Mom, you instilled in us a life of sisterhood, a bond that could never be broken. We honestly have never felt as close to each other as we do right now. Your life's work has been accomplished. So please rest easy knowing that we're here for each other, and we will always toast to you, our mom. We love you more than life itself. We love dearly.
As I said to Lori, and I don't know that it was picked up by the microphone, that was truly beautiful. Thank you, all three of you, for sharing and making those memories of Tony so very, very real and special. We're going to conclude services here with the memorial prayer, and then I'm going to call Mr. McHugh and the people of Lambert Funeral Home to give you instructions for what comes next. Please rise if able. O God, exalted and full of compassion, grant perfect peace in your sheltering presence among the holy and joy to the soul of Tony Gaston, who has gone to her eternal home. Master of mercy, we beseech you, remember all the worthy and righteous deeds that she performed in the land of the living. May her soul be bound up in the bond of life. The Lord is her person, the Lord is her portion. May she rest in peace. Let us all say. You may receive it.
Okay, folks, this does conclude this portion of the funeral service. We will be forming a procession right from the parking lot to head over to Hebrew Cemetery. You're certainly all welcome to join with us. If you would like to do so, we would just ask that you follow us out of the temple. There'll be a director and a funeral attendant out there to put a flag on your car, and could you please turn your headlights on and also your hazard lights. We'll be taking it very slow. It's about a mile away, but there is some construction, but we'll make sure everybody gets there safely. At this time, could I please ask the pallbearers, those of you who would like to help us as pallbearers, to step forward.
Very good.